Okay, Rick, tell me a little bit about the foundation. What is it that you guys do, and who are you helping?
Okay, so myself and my wife, Lauren Monroe, we got together in 2000, and she was working in the healing arts. I actually met her, when I met her, she was working at or teaching at the Boulder College of Massage, teaching what they call energy medicine. So our combined experience, mine being of extreme trauma, and her experience of being in the healing arts, it seemed like a really good match for the two of us to get together and help other people. And we actually met some kids backstage. They were from Afghanistan, and they'd been injured with landmines. And we brought these kids on the bus, and we started playing these hand drums. And we realized that just that simple thing really put them in a better place. So the two of us, we just said, you know what, if it works for them, maybe it can work for other people. So we work with many different parts of the population from, we've been in women's shelters, kids with cancer, you name it. And more recently, we started, I think around 2006, we started working with veterans, and that was really rewarding. And more recently, we've been working with first responders, with firefighters, cops, nurses, like people that are really in the trenches. And the need is so great. So we continue this work to this day. Now we partnered with Resiliency First. Yeah, try saying that. So Resiliency First, and they offer these reset courses or programs or weekends, long weekends, 3-day or 7-day, and we're just seeing the most incredible results.
The people that you've helped. I mean, do you get firsthand accounts from them, or are people reaching out to you to say, how you've helped them, how the foundation helped them, or is it more just in general terms? Generally what people have, how they're benefiting from the program.
Well, we actually go and we join in, and we actually go to these retreats. Myself and Lauren will go to these retreats. So, and we'll offer a drum circle, and integrate that with all the other fantastic work that's going on. So we're actually seeing it firsthand because we're in the same room. So I mean, that is just, it's a huge gift.
How are drums a vehicle for healing?
It's really an ancient form. Drums have been around for thousands of years, and drums were a way for us to come together to mourn, loss, or celebrate life, or whatever else was going on. And I think drums have been used in a ritualistic sort of way just for forever. And every single culture around the globe have drums involved somewhere and somehow.
It's important to get this message out that there are people here who are willing to help people in need, and just general information about your foundation and others. I think that's a big part of it, is just kind of awareness. Is that something that you've experienced over the years, that you've been going now for decades, but making first responders and people in need aware that these programs exist? Is that a challenge?
I think it is a challenge, but what we're starting to see now is things are really getting traction because firefighters, first responders, veterans, whatever, they're seeing results, and they're feeling the benefit of it. So word gets round, within that community. So we rely on that a lot, the fact that, it's great. I can, I've got all these tools at my disposal, and I get help, and I feel better. And like I say, that is slowly but surely starting to grow.
And I think it's a different era too, where, these people on the front lines, decades ago might have been just bury it, right?
Yes.
And are you seeing that people willingness to open up and recognize the need for help?
People are opening up big time. And yes, there was a somewhat of a culture of, nothing to see here, or, get over it. But that doesn't go very far. You really have to get down to the science of it. And then when you start to understand the science, then you understand neuroanatomy and how you can re-regulate your nervous system. So it's big,
It's so great that now this is coming into Canada and you have some partnerships here in BC. Is that long overdue for the foundation, do you think?
I think it's long overdue. We partnered with the Hatch Winery in Kelowna, and my friend Corey Manning down in Healdsburg in California. He has a winery called Chateau Diana. So between the two wineries, we've come up with this red blend, Oneness, which is inspired by a song that Lauren wrote, and we both recorded, we performed. So we're hoping that this wine is just the start. There's a good percentage of the proceeds from the wine. I think 75% of the proceeds from the wine actually go toward programs to help first responders. And between Jason at the Hatch Winery and Corey, we all have a common goal, and that is to help folks. And we figure while we're in this situation, while we have the opportunity to help people, why not? And it's really highlighting the camaraderie as well between, the Canadian folks and the American folks. And, I'm from England, so we like to see the oneness, the sort of camaraderie, and that's really what this wine represents. That we can help, and as you know, the amount of wildfires that you get up here, similar to down in the States, in California, and what we see, and this has been going on for a long time. When there are big fires down there, the Canadian firefighters go down there to help, and there's a reciprocation. Whenever you've got stuff going on up here, you have thousands of firefighters coming up here to help. So we want to highlight that. We want to highlight the coming together, and it's the human aspect, So
what do you want first responders in this province to know, when they see this story about, steps that they can take to get the help that they need through your foundation? What would you like them to know?
Well, if they go to ravendrumfoundation.org or Resiliency First, they can find out all the information that they need to know. And it touches on the science and how this work can really help people regulate their nervous systems. And as I say, once a few people have gone through this and word gets around, we're hoping that it just becomes mainstream. It should be something that just happens. It shouldn't be an afterthought. It should be part of being a first responder. You have the resources in order to help you be the healthiest person you can be.
Why is this so important to you, Rick? Why has this foundation become so important to you?
The Raven Drum Foundation is really important to me simply because of my own experience of extreme trauma. And I'd like for other people, other people that have been through trauma, particularly our first responders, to have the same opportunities that I've had. I've been really blessed. I've worked with veterans and now working with the first responders on all fronts. I see the need, and I think it should become mainstream. It should be something that when you go into this line of work, that it's a given that there are resources there that can help you really reset and help you understand your neuroanatomy, and that just be always there if you need it before you go back into normal family life or whatever. You can get the help that you need to reset, and then it's a softer landing when you come back into your home life, as it were. And I think we should all have that resource available to us.
There are people experiencing trauma who maybe don't know the first steps, and they can't see the light at the end of the tunnel if they get help. Can you speak from experience where things started to get better for you and alleviate for you through your experiences?
Yeah, I mean, meeting up with my wife and just her sharing some of the experiences that she had of healing, of being in the healing arts, and all these different tools, breathing techniques, meditation, meridian tapping. There's all these incredible tools available. And once I was shown that I could actually help myself in the moment, when I feel myself start to spin out, that's when I realized that this is real. And it's not just somebody say, well, breathe. Well, when you breathe in the right way, it really does slow down your heart rate, and all these wonderful things start to happen where you don't feel that anxiety. You don't feel like you're spinning out. These are simple techniques that actually do work. So and that should be part of everybody's toolbox.
Just knowing the people that you've helped over the decades, rewarding is not the right word, but it's got to leave you with a good feeling inside, knowing that you've been able to connect and help people. Just talk about that feeling.
I think it's a common sort of a human trait where, if we can lift somebody else up, the reward becomes a two-way street, because not only are you helping the other person, but in doing so, that energy really does come back to you. And the camaraderie that I've experienced over the years, just working with with first responders, veterans, I text with a bunch of people all the time. How you doing? What's going on? And then people will reach out to me, and I just know that this works because of the incredible friendships that I've formed over the years of doing this.
Al, any questions?
Rick, do you meditate? Is meditation a big part of it too?
It is just simple breathing. I bought one of these Aura rings, and interestingly enough, the interface that you have on your phone, you see yourself starting to get anxious for whatever reason, even if you don't. You're like, well, where did that come from? If you just follow a few simple steps, some breathing exercises, or even just going into that sort of that calm sort of place, within 4 or 5 minutes, you can lower your heart rate. You can start to come out of a stressful state into, more of just a more relaxed state. And again, it's all based on science. All this stuff works. So if it works for me, I know that it can work for other people.
Jeff Elwood told me about this story.
Jeff's awesome. Well, if it wasn't for Jeff, none of this would have really happened.
Tell me a little bit about Jeff. How did you guys first meet? How did you get connected?
I met Jeff Elwood many years ago, and I was asked by a friend of his to do this sort of this drum clinic. And man, this must be like 20 years ago or more. It's crazy how long I've known him. And that's the first time I met Jeff. And there was just something about him that was just so special. And if you've ever seen him play drums, we're talking about a guy that he had a gnarly dirt bike accident, and he actually broke his back. And he's in a wheelchair, can't use his legs, but the rest of his body and his mind is fully intact. If you've ever seen him play drums, he is an incredible inspiration to me. I mean, when I saw him play, I was like, wow, and I could tell it came from that same place, the power of the human spirit and all that. He really overcompensates. I mean, he took two-arm drumming. I mean, two arms and nothing else. Two arms to another level. So, we're unique in the way that we play. I play one arm and two legs. But there's this crossover where we have this mutual sort of respect for one another. And that's just grown over the years. I'm always in touch with him, and he's a great guy. And I'm sure, the story you do on Jeff will be incredible. People will be inspired by him.
Yeah, and you said he inspires you. You get that? I know he has said that you inspire him, but you feel that way too?
Absolutely. Check out Wheelchair Drummer and watch him do Tom Sawyer by Rush, and then you'll go, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he really knows what he's doing. Lovely guy.
I read a great quote from you about a story on Jeff, and you said something to the effect of sometimes, people have a terrible experience in life, but they need a spark to get back. Is that?
And I think that I'm hoping that me being in his life gave him the inspiration that he needed, really, just to push it to the nth degree. And he does the same for me. I see him play and I'm like, wow, there's a few things that I could still learn. I'm not done yet. So between the two of us, when we're in the same room together, it's magic. It really is.
I love it, Rick. Terrific interview. Thank you so much. That's great.